Three players have been called up by the United States to go to the Under-20 World Cup, which is going to be in Chile. Luca Bombino, Pedro Soma, and goalkeeper Duran Ferree. So you would say in terms of most important to least important. Most important, Luca Bombino, John just mentioned it, 24 games played, 22 starts.
Right.
We've played 30 times. You know, he's started 22 of the games. So that's a pretty big deal at left back. Pedro Soma just got here. He's played 3 league games, started the Baja Cup on Tuesday, working his way in. Feels like he's been a pretty valuable piece, trying to kill off the match at the end of the match. So that's going to be something for Mikey to think about. And Duran Ferree has mostly been the third goalkeeper. He's been a backup goalkeeper since Pablo Cisniega has been dinged up, but got in there, got his first action Tuesday night in the Baja Cup. They all will be playing, or eligible to play, I should say, on Saturday. So did double check that with the club. All of them, and it's actually really fortuitous. Now, all players who have been called up to the Under-20 World Cup are available to play for their clubs this weekend. I say it's fortuitous because U.S. Soccer has relocated its headquarters to Atlanta. So these guys will just stay there. They'll just stay there, and they'll fly from Atlanta to Chile. So it's a little easier than flying back to San Diego and then trying to figure it out here because our airport isn't great. So at least through Atlanta, it's fine. It's getting better. It's not great for international travel, certainly not to Chile. So it'd be better to fly from Atlanta.
And they're already in Atlanta, right? Like Luca Bombino, the ladies of San Diego are not going to see Luca Bombino's pretty face for a couple weeks, right?
Correct. And, you know, I had heard yesterday, I had thought pretty consistently on this podcast, I think, that Luca Bombino and Pedro Soma were going to be locks. Now, part of that is because Verhoeven's been injured, to your point. Aiden Harangi is just coming back from injury. I don't know how that impacted him. David Vasquez, to me, it's, you know, I guess he just didn't get enough reps in the amount of time that he had since leaving Philadelphia. Yeah, it's hard to say exactly why Vasquez didn't get selected, but he did not. He did not. And, you know, probably stinks for him. I don't know that coming to San Diego wasn't part of a strategy to make the case that he should have been involved in the Under-20 World Cup, but neither here nor there. Those guys will go. Who else? Leo Duru. There seems to be some confusion about his FIFA eligibility. So I'm not sure that he was eligible. So there were upwards of, at one point, 7 players who you thought might have had an opportunity. Injuries, I think, have cost a couple of guys. I think that Harangi and or Verhoeven might have been selected, but instead it's going to be 3. They will be eligible on Saturday, to your point, and then they are likely to miss the home match against San Jose, and then the following week's match away at, where are we?
Portland?
Portland's to end the regular season.
That's right.
Then the second to final weekend of the year. I should know this. But, you know, they probably will miss 2, maybe 3, at Houston. So they'll definitely miss San Jose. They'll definitely miss Houston. And if the U.S. advances, they could miss the final game against Portland. But again, this is Mark Ziegler of the Union Tribune was out at training yesterday, and he's writing a story about this. So I don't know what angle Mark is taking, but he was asking a lot of questions. And his point, you know, he was out there saying, well, are you going to let these guys go or you're not? And I sort of had to, you know, say to Mark, listen, we've got Tyler Heaps on record saying that they're going to let these guys play. Like, they're not going to hold anybody back. Part of that is just because it's the kind of club that it is. They want these guys to go out there and experience these sort of things and play in big tournaments. This is a big tournament, even if the Under-20 World Cup is not on everybody's radar. It is for the players who are eligible to play in it. You can look at the history of the Under-20 World Cup. You can see some of the people and some of the clubs, or some of the nations, I suppose, some of the countries that have won it regularly. And, you know, you would say, yeah, those teams win a lot. Spain, Argentina, Brazil, these teams win a lot. So, you know, there is some value to it. Mikey's a former Under-20 head coach. Tyler used to work for U.S. Soccer. And these guys do think it is good advertising for San Diego Football Club to have players returning and playing for their national team. So congratulations to those guys. You only get one opportunity for the most part to play in this kind of tournament.
Right.
And, you know, even a guy that I've known for a long time, Paul Arriola, who plays for Seattle Sounders, you know, he played in the Under-20 World Cup. I've told you the story about me at a wedding, at my cousin's wedding up in Eureka, California. asking to find this in some bar, So, it'll be on and we'll be tracking it. But to your point, they all will be available to play. Hopefully it doesn't get to Duran Ferree, but Bombino and Soma hopefully to kill off the match. I don't know what to expect from this.